Did you do all your holiday shopping? Are you done? Did you get all your Christmas shopping done, Bully?
I have a tradition going back to when I was a young man and first able to drive. I do all of my Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Yep. I do my best Christmas shopping with the gun to my head last minute.
Let me ask you this. Since you wait to the last minute, how many gifts do you get for your friends and loved ones that are almost like filler gifts? You know, like
nothing, zero.
So it's not like Monday Night Raw where like you have a couple of really good gems, but most of it is just like, I got to fill time. Like, I would think that like when you're waiting to the last minute like that, a lot of stuff is sold out. It's like, all right, I got to get something for Uncle. I'm getting him cookies, or I'm getting him those sausages that they sell at the mall that are processed for like 18 years in a box.
Or I'm getting him a Stormtrooper coffee table book and an outdated Star Wars calendar.
Wow, that hurt. And for those who don't know, I bought Bully a Stormtrooper coffee table book and a lovely 2019 Star Wars calendar.
I'm kidding, man. I love the gift, but I knew that would get you. No, I don't buy insignificant gifts, and I'm not one of those people who believes in like, oh, you have to buy a lot of gifts for somebody. I'm not even really big into the whole gift giving thing. I'm more about family getting together during the holidays, and I think that's the biggest gift. Everybody getting together and, you know, coming to the table and having dinner and just spending time, especially in the world we live in today where people don't get to spend a lot of time with each other and family is not as important as it was years and years ago. So to me, that's the best and biggest gift you can get on Christmas.
All right, since we're closing in on Christmas, I have to ask you a question. I want to get our producer Alex Metz involved in this as well. When do you open up the Christmas gifts? Do you do it on Christmas Eve night or you do it Christmas morning?
Alex, you're a big Christmas guy, right?
Oh, yeah. I was born in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania,
Yes.
the Christmas city.
Yes. When I think of Christmas, I think of Alex Metz.
It was my white beard that gave it away.
Yes. Yes.
Christmas morning.
Christmas morning.
But here's the thing. It's changed for me over the years because I travel to visit family. Like, I got to go to my family who lives, you know, in Bethlehem right outside of Philadelphia. And then I got to go up to the Poconos to visit my wife's family. So we're traveling Christmas Eve and Christmas Day most years now. So, like, sometimes we'll do it a little early. Sometimes we'll do it when we get back from traveling. Sometimes we're not usually bringing our own gifts with us.
That's
so
true.
It kind of depends for me.
All right, so it's scattered a little bit.
Yeah, a little scattered.
What
yeah.
about you, Bully?
Definitely Christmas morning. I remember as a kid, and I'm sure a lot of people remember this. Remember when you were young and you came downstairs and you saw the gifts under the tree for the first time that morning?
Amazing.
Wasn't it the greatest feeling of all time?
Yes.
You see the tree and all the pretty colors and all the gifts wrapped up, and then you dive bomb those presents just looking for what's yours. And you just start ripping paper off of everything. Sometimes you got so caught up in the moment that you ripped open somebody else's gift, and then your mother would hit you with a wooden spoon and tell you that wasn't your gift.
Yeah, that spoon always hurt.
My mother was an assassin with the wooden spoon.
Was there someone in your guys' family who like played Santa Christmas morning?
Oh,
He was like he or she was like the divvier of the gifts. Like, here you go. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like making sure things didn't get too out of hand, almost like the Christmas ref.
That role rotated every year. So one year was me, one year was my brother, one year was my dad. That role rotated every year.
My mom handed out all the gifts. My mom was a big mark for Christmas. Our house always looked amazing during Christmas time.
All right. The reason I brought this up because I have a little problem, and I you know how when I have a problem, Bully, I like to address it not only with you and Alex, but the Busted Open Nation. And it involves my wife Violetta, who I love and adore, and I'm very lucky to have her, especially this late in life and how insane I am.
Here comes the butt.
But I have grown up opening all the gifts on Christmas morning. Like you just said, Christmas morning, there's nothing better than that feeling Christmas morning coming down the stairs and opening up all the gifts. And I continued that tradition with my daughter. Christmas morning, we open up all the gifts. Violetta, however, her and her Polish family open up the gifts on Christmas Eve night. First of all, now you're having, and maybe it's because it's Poland. Back in the day, Santa would visit Poland first before making his way to the States and dropping off the gifts in the morning for all the kids. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I don't like opening up the gifts Christmas Eve night. It takes away. And then this year I was saying to my wife, how about this year we change it up a little bit and we go the old school LaGreca way like everybody else does and open up the Christmas gifts the morning of Christmas.
No!
Everybody does it, Violetta.
No!
Everybody opens up the Christmas gifts Christmas morning. Everybody does it.
I don't care, David. If everybody jump off bridge, you jump too. We open up gift Christmas Eve.
But Violetta, it's our LaGreca tradition. We open it up Christmas morning.
Violetta Polish tradition better than LaGreca tradition. I don't care. You do what I say, or no more pierogi for you.
And that's what did it, Bully. The no pierogi for you makes me every year say, all right, we'll open up the gifts Christmas Eve night and not Christmas morning.
Do you understand why she does it Christmas Eve?
She's explained it. I half listen.
Oh,
I'm more upset about the fact I can't open the gifts Christmas morning. But it does. Yes, I know it's her tradition and her family in Poland. She's told me the stories. But
Dave, what was your defense? Because if it were me, I would be like, listen, then what's the point of Christmas Day if we're not opening any gifts?
Alex, let me give you Dave's defense.
Okay,
you ready?
go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Okay, Violetta.
That's part of being Dave LaGreca, being dumb.
That's what Dave probably said, but Violetta, this is the LaGreca family tradition and blah, blah, blah. And Violetta said no. And Dave went, okay, Violetta.
And here's the thing in my house.
See?
Because we have Violetta and her daughter, Sarah. And, of course, Sarah's going to side with Violetta on this because that's what she grew up with, opening up the gifts Christmas Eve night. Again, Santa has to make a special trip to Poland to drop off all the gifts so that they can open up Christmas night, unlike everybody else in the world that does it Christmas morning.
Well, he's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
he can't be everywhere.
He starts in Poland. And the impatient people, the Polish people are too. They can't wait till Christmas morning to open up the gifts. They got to do it at night.
I think Polish people are probably very patient.
And they have to be different than everybody else. Polish people have to be different than everybody else. They can't do it Christmas morning. They got to think of themselves so special that they got to open up earlier than everybody else. But that's beside the point. I understand that Sarah's going to defend her mom. I get it. Years of tradition. But the problem is, Bully, is my daughter Abigail, she defends Violetta too. Because, of course, Sarah and is going to do it. But now Abby wants to open up her gifts early. She doesn't want to wait till Christmas morning. She wants it to open up at night. So now I am there alone in the LaGreca household in the corner by myself with my traditions of mourning all by myself. And it's like what Alex just said. Then why have Christmas morning? What good is Christmas morning if you already opened up all your gifts?
So why don't you do a happy...
You might as well sleep. You might as well sleep till noon now. No morning. You sleep till noon and you wake up at 12:01. No Christmas morning. Christmas morning's over now. It's now just you go from Christmas Eve night to Christmas afternoon. No morning. No morning at all.
Maybe you get a little Christmas morning nookie.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah. Woo! Maybe the old Christmas strudel.
Got to have a little bit of those cookies that you leave out Christmas night.
Maybe some of that Entenmann's Christmas raspberry tart.
Strudel. You got every once in a while you got to take your strudel and you got to dip it in. You got to dip it into some of that Christmas magic.
Oh my God!
Your morning coffee or your hot
dipping
cocoa.
your Christmas strudel, man. My God, Dave.
Hey yo!
I can't believe you went there.
Well, all right, so let me ask you this, Dave.
Please.
I've never heard of this, but what I have heard of...
What, the Christmas strudel?
No, the opening of all the gifts on Christmas Eve. But what I have heard of is, like, the natives get a little restless, so the parents go, all right, you can open one on Christmas Eve, but the rest you gotta wait for Santa the next day.
Now, all right, thank you, Alex, because Nikki actually mentioned the same thing on Twitter. And I did that later in life. We did that later, like the Santa stuff and everything else. Like later on, we would open up one gift Christmas Eve night and then everything else on Christmas morning. But Violetta don't play that. It's one way or no way. And we're opening up all our gifts on Christmas Eve night.
Okay, but now I have a really important question for you.
Please.
Since she's sticking to her Polish tradition of presents on Christmas Eve. Remember on Thanksgiving, she told you couldn't watch football?
I do. I'm a Scorn lover.
What about when she turns around and tells you on Christmas Eve, you can't watch Raw, and on Christmas Day night, you can't watch SmackDown?
No, that would never happen.
But that's going to happen.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, no, it's not.
She is never going to allow you to watch wrestling on Christmas. Listen, if she wants to open presents on Christmas Eve, there's no way you're going to be able to be double parked in front of Raw for 3 hours.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna have to sit her down and say, you listen here, Violetta. I'll have the pierogies and kibasi on Thanksgiving. I'll open up the presents Christmas Eve night. But I'm watching Raw. You understand what I'm saying? I'm watching Raw Christmas Eve, and I'm watching SmackDown Christmas Day. And oh yeah, by the way, next week with the whole New Year's Eve, New Year's Day thing, yeah, Raw and SmackDown. Just so you know, Violetta, I'll do the kibasi and I'll do the pierogies on Thanksgiving. All right? And I'll open up your damn presents Christmas Eve night, which prevents me, by the way, Bully, buying any presents like you do on Christmas Eve when they got to be opened on Christmas Eve. Takes a whole day away of shopping. But I'm watching my Raw and my SmackDown on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Oh, you bet your ass, Bully. I'm watching Raw and SmackDown Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
David, you will not watch Raw. You'll not watch SmackDown. You sit at the table with family. You roast chestnuts on open fire. You do dishes. And then you go to bed.
This is one of those special times that I think we have to include the nation in on our family argument. Let's go to Phil in Georgia. Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Dave. Happy holidays to you and Bully.
You too,
I have
Phil.
the solution to your problem.
Sure.
You watch Raw. It gets over at 11. You start giving the presents out because you play Santa. You start with Violetta's daughter. Then you go to Violetta. By that time, it's 12 o'clock. It's Christmas Day. And then you can open up your presents on Christmas Day, and your daughter can open up her presents on Christmas Day. And it's not a La Greca family tradition. It's not Violetta's family tradition. You are a combined family, so you start a new tradition.
All right. So, Phil, thanks for the phone call. Phil really thought this out, Bully. So we start opening presents after Raw in the 11 o'clock hour. Violetta and her daughter open up the presents their Polish traditional way. And then Abigail and I open it up technically Christmas morning. But here's the problem.
But now you're a family divided.
We're not blended. We're divided.
You're a divided family. Now it's like you have Violetta's Christmas and then you have your Christmas. But you see, if you open up your gifts after midnight, then technically that's the happy compromise.
But you know what? But it's still not Christmas morning. Christmas morning is waking up and opening up your presents. And oh yeah, by the way, nobody does it that way. Nobody says, all right, one person opens up all their gifts. And you always kind of like go 1, 1, 1, and 1. You never do one person all at one time. Nobody does that. I don't think there's any family that does that. So then now we're making ourselves outcast from everybody else.
You're going to wind up doing it her way anyway.
Oh,
there's no way in hell we come on the air after Christmas and you tell me I put my foot down and we did it my way. No way in hell. I'm betting my bank account on it.
Here's the thing, Bully. In life, you find out it's about compromises. And with all the stuff that I force on we got married in a wrestling ring, for God's sake. Think about that. We got married in a wrestling ring, and my co-host, Doug Mortman, married us. He was the minister. So when you go that far, that early, you're going to have to take baby steps back.
Listen, the fact that the woman agreed to get married in a wrestling ring, I think she gets to make decisions for at least the next 20 years.
I probably agree with.